This is 5 on your side at noon. Focused on you.
Developing at noon, a correctional officer held hostage at the Justice Center in downtown St. Louis. We're getting new information about what led up to the situation that ended about 4 hours ago. Thanks for joining us. I'm Holden Kerwicki. Kate Quinn has the day off. Let's get over to 5 on your side's Travis Cummings with the latest information. He's live outside of the Justice Center on Tucker Boulevard. Travis, what have you learned?
Holden, this happened about 6:10 this morning, and it was confined to the 4th floor of the Justice Center. Now, about 2 hours later, our crews watched as an injured correctional officer was brought out on a stretcher from the Justice Center and loaded into an ambulance, and we do know that he was unarmed. Now, a little bit about him. He was a 70-year-old man. A 5 on your side source said the inmates were demanding, quote, pizza and chicken patties in exchange for his release. The SWAT team was notified of the incident and responded to it to assist. We're still waiting to learn how the inmates were able to take the officer hostage. Police have scheduled a 2 p.m. news conference where we should learn more information there. Now, again, the correctional officer was not armed. A source tells us those officers do not carry guns because they are often outnumbered in close quarters with dangerous offenders. Now, if they were armed, they would risk being disarmed by an inmate. Now, most prisons also keep weapons in safe armories in case of riots or a hostage situation like the one we're dealing with today. Again, we're going to continue following this, and we're going to bring you more information later on in the hours of our shows. For now, we're live in downtown St. Louis. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
We're on a weather alert as we deal with another hot and steamy day in St. Louis. Here's a live look at Lambert Airport. Temperatures are expected to reach 100 degrees today. Gary Frank is here with the Weather First forecast, and this is still just the beginning of this heat wave.
Yeah, we're still on the front end of it. We haven't hit the back 50% of it, so we've got to just kind of buckle up and be ready for this the next couple of days. Still in the excessive heat warning, but it's just incredibly humid. Yesterday we had this early fog, and we still got the 95. The fog's kind of mixed out a little bit. You'll see more sunshine at this hour than you did yesterday. Temperatures haven't responded too much as a result. It's still only about 92, 93 degrees, but it feels like 109, and that's the key for us. It's incredibly humid. I still expect us, we've got another 5 hours of warming the way things are setting up with a light breeze out of the east. And, you know, temps feel like they're as high as 111 in Eureka, Pacific, everywhere you look. And I expect these numbers to climb up another 5, 6, 7 degrees as our temperatures do so as well. So expect that this is going to be an issue the rest of this afternoon and evening as temps push close to 100 degrees. And even if we don't get there, it's going to feel well over that. And I think we'll continue to heat up over the next few days. Well over 100 degrees, a little bit less humidity in certain levels of the atmosphere, what that does for our fog, and when we'll see this heat break just ahead.
And if you need a place to go to get cool, we have a list of places you can go and other information. Just text the word HEAT to 314-425-5355 and we'll send it to you. A Bridgeton police officer is injured after being hit by an SUV. It happened overnight on the shoulder of I-70 in our city. The Highway Patrol says a Kia driven by a 70-year-old woman went off the road and hit the back of a police vehicle parked on the side of the highway. The impact caused it to hit the other unoccupied police SUV, which then hit the officer. The officer and the driver of that Kia were taken to hospitals. New information today about an attack at Mercy South Hospital. St. Louis County Police say a 15-year-old child is now in custody, accused of attacking a hospital employee. A hospital spokesperson says the incident happened in the emergency room Sunday night. Right now, there's no word on that employee's condition. Police haven't said whether any charges will be filed. And in St. Charles, police are looking for 3 people suspected of stealing cash from an ATM. It happened Friday outside the Bank of America on South 5th Street. This is a first look at surveillance photos of the crime. Police say an employee was working on the ATM when 3 people stole the cash. Anyone with information is asked to call police. The search for the missing continues in Maui after that deadly wildfire. There are now at least 115 confirmed deaths, and rescue crews continue to search for more than 800 people who remain missing. Meanwhile, President Biden delivered remarks on the devastation. NBC's Bree Jackson has the details.
President Biden and the First Lady getting a first-hand look at the aftermath of the deadly Maui wildfires.
Jill and I are here to grieve with you, but also want you to know The entire country is here for you.
During his visit, the president met with first responders and survivors. It's been nearly 2 weeks since the flames tore the island and their lives apart.
After that first house got ignited, the wind came up more to 80 miles per hour. And we heard things explode and caused stuff on fire, and the wind was crazy. It was scary.
Some have criticized the Biden administration's response, including the initial $700 critical needs payment given to cover necessities like food and water.
It's a huge slap in the face.
Officials say the sense of frustration on the island is understandable.
People lost their homes, they lost their town, they lost family members, and so it's not for me to try to invalidate someone's frustration. I can tell you that I've never seen such a robust federal response.
The federal government approving more than $8 million in aid so far. President Biden vowing more federal support for as long as it takes.
We will be respectful of the sacred grounds and the traditions that rebuild the way the people of Maui want it built, not the way others want it built.
Sending a message of hope to a community that's lost so much. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
The president tapped Bob Fenton, a regional leader at FEMA, to be the chief federal response coordinator. He'll be responsible for long-term recovery efforts. Crews are working to dig roads and buildings out of the mud in Southern California. The National Hurricane Center says a weakened tropical storm Hillary is now moving over the Rocky Mountains. The storm first made landfall as a hurricane in the Baja California Peninsula on Sunday before becoming the first tropical storm to hit Southern California in 84 years. Still ahead, new efforts to prevent a triple-demic this fall. Details of a newly approved vaccine against RSV. And how a group of volunteers are keeping the community cool, one street at a time. This year's Show of Strength MDA Telethon is a week early this year. It'll be held this Sunday at Grants Farm. You can watch it live from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on 5 on Your Side on KSDK.com or on 5 Plus on your Roku or Fire TV. All the money raised during the telethon goes to people in the St. Louis area with neuromuscular disease.